up, everybody? My name is Amy, and this is the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast. My name is Amy. Welcome to my show. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Sorry about the little glitch there in the beginning. My computer froze up and didn't want to put me in the studio, so I don't know. But anyway, I am just sitting outside, soaking up the rays, laying on my raft, spending a glamping day. This is a day in the life of a glamper. I am an outdoor person. I am a water person. I am a sun person. And I have got to be outside. I've got to be in the water of some kind, whether it's just tootling around in my, just small pool that I have here, or whether it's taking my raft and, going around the corner and going down to the lake and floating. That's how I spend my days. I could not live without music. And I have a playlist that, I love music all the way from the 60s to the 2000s, and, some music in the 2000s, but I'm mostly a 60s to 90s girl when it comes to music. But I have, one particular playlist that I play all the time that has, 60s, 70s, and 80s easy listening and rock. And, there is nothing better than to lay on a raft in the sunshine, listening to Dr. Hook and James Taylor and the Commodores and Bread and Simon and Garfunkel and the Carpenters and just, whatever from that era comes on my playlist. That is my peaceful place. That is my place that I like to go and let all my worries, just go away. I had intended to come live yesterday, and something ended up happening that devastated me, and I just didn't want to talk to a damn soul. Oh, God. So I have been growing my hair out for about 5 years now. I had cut my hair off back in 2015. I dyed it blonde, and needed a makeover and wanted something new. But ever since then, let I let all the blonde grow off my hair back to my natural hair color, and just let it grow out. And my hair was down to my ass. Okay. And anybody who has long hair, maybe that long hair is a lot of maintenance and upkeep. And I'm not a real high maintenance person. I mean, yeah, bathe and wash my hair. I do conditioning treatments on it, brush it, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I sleep really hard. I have nightmares a lot. I hurt. So I toss and turn, flip and flop, up and down, all over the place. That's why I'm single. But anyway, my hair gets knotted and tangled up, and it had gotten so tied into a knot. I mean, my hair was literally tied into a knot somehow. And no amount of conditioner, running water through it, trying to brush it out was going to get it out. So I unfortunately had to cut off all my hair back to, it looks like it did in the 90s. So, and it's funny because lately I've been going back through all 10 seasons of Beverly Hills 90210, and I love the 90s, but my life in the 90s was nuts, shall I say? A lot of heartache, a lot of shit. And, the 90s to me now seems like a lifetime ago. Some of it, I would like to forget, and it all seems a million miles away. But it's like I've been laying here all day with this haircut that I wore back in the 90s. And, you know, you start thinking about things, and I don't know. Anyway, but I was just absolutely devastated yesterday when I had to cut off all my hair. So I was pretty depressed and didn't want to talk to nobody. So I've thought about it, it's just hair. I'll get over it, but you know, it's devastating to work so long and so hard, and I'd finally grown my hair out, so long to have to cut it all off and start over again. But you know what? It's not that I don't like this hairstyle on me, because like I said, I've worn this hairstyle for years, different versions of it, different lengths of it and whatnot. But I everyone always thought I went to a really expensive hairdresser. And what was crazy is that I, since 8th grade, have either colored or highlighted or whatever my own hair. And the girl that used to cut my hair during the 90s was a girl named Lynn, and she worked at Supercuts. So it cost me $8 to get my hair cut. And like I said, I highlighted and colored and whatnot my hair my own self. But everybody always thought I went to this high dollar expensive hairdresser, and no, never did. Never did. But anyway, like I said, I'll get over it. But anyway, I been cleaning up after the storms. We had storms roll through here, a lot of debris and broken limbs and shit everywhere. And so I had to clean all that stuff up and get all that straightened out. And I don't know, it just seems like everything has been so out of whack these past couple of weeks. I was supposed to go to Kingsport to do meet up with other YouTube creators and do something sweet for Summer Wells and get together, and that didn't work out. And I actually ended up in bed sick, throwing up for the 2 days, 2 and 3 days that I would have actually been in Kingsport. As far as, like driving and being there and all that, I ended up in bed throwing my guts up. So, and then all these storms rolled through here and left a big mess. So, you know. So, needless to say, it's been a harrowing 2 weeks, but I did take the stuff that I had intended to take to Summer's Day to Kingsport, and the wreath is hanging up in my Glamper. It's absolutely beautiful. I did a short here on my channel of just the wreath. I also did about a 15-minute video of the wreath and the fairy garden fountain that I created here at my Glamper on my property for summer. Um, I'm a crafter, a DIYer, and my favorite DIYing is trash to treasure. And so what I did was just created an extension from my pond that I have here, and created a really pretty little fountain and fairy garden and stuff. And I've got a lot of flowers planted and stuff in honor of summer. And it is so cute, but it's all just things that I have recycled. I worked, I made a new piece of yard art. Yesterday I started on it and finished it up today, and it looks so cute sitting there in her fairy garden. And when the flowers start to bloom and stuff, I will post some more pictures of it. When it, all starts kind of, really looking pretty, I will. Hello, fucking Nutley or whatever. How are you? Welcome to the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast. It's good to have you. But it's really coming together and it's really cute, and I can't wait to show y'all the finished whole little fairy garden area that I created here for Summer Wells. It's sad that myself and Bullhorn Betty and Dollyvision and Papercut Tina and everybody that had intended to meet up together in Kingsport and um, get together, that it's just sorry that it didn't happen. Oh, okay, with fucking in the middle. So, but anyway, we've got some news in the world of true crime that is broke. Ellie Mae, what are you doing, sweet girl? My little chihuahua. She's making her rounds. We've got some breaking news in the true crime world. Some affidavits have been released regarding the murder case against Adam Montgomery. Adam Montgomery is the father of little missing Harmony Montgomery, who is believed to have been murdered. Adam has been charged in her murder, and Adam just went to court the last week or so, and he was found guilty of gun charges. So he will be doing time over these gun charges, and he faces trial in the murder of Harmony Montgomery. And there have been some affidavits released detailing everything that is said and believed to have happened to poor little Harmony Montgomery. I have not had a chance to go over the affidavits yet, but I know that the details are extremely graphic. So, but like I said, I haven't had a chance to go over the affidavits, but what I do know is that they contain a lot of horribly graphic details of what happened to little Harmony. Hi, Sugar Bear. What are you doing? To what happened to poor little Montgomery, Harmony Montgomery. And like I said, I'm going to go over the affidavits tonight and read them and decide on whether I want to do a show covering the affidavits and going over the affidavits, because the details are horribly horrific. And you know, even though I've been in the world of true crime for so many years, the details don't get any easier, especially when it comes to children. And you know, there's just some things that it's hard. I can read it, or I can, you know, see it on a movie or a documentary or something, but it's just things that are hard for me to repeat and talk about out of my own mouth. Um, I know it. I know she did. God love her. And I look in these sweet little kids' faces, and I can't imagine who in the world would want to hurt these children. But, and you know, and we don't know what happened to Summer, but God, we know now that poor little Harmony Montgomery lived a life of living hell. That baby never had a chance. And why on earth, and I've talked about this before, but why on earth, even though Adam, excuse me, even though Adam Montgomery went through everything that he needed to do to get custody of Harmony, Adam was a career criminal and a long-time drug addict. You know, how did they not think that he would be a viable candidate that would fall off the wagon? You know, why did they take this child out of a loving foster home to give her back to a piece of shit? I just don't get it. You know, there's just going to have to be some changes in these CPS cases somewhere along the way. You know, that's something I've fortunately never had to deal with, never had CPS called on me. Uh, you know, never had to deal with that kind of stuff, like getting my kids taken away and stuff. But, you know, something has got to be done for these children that it's horrible. You know, I just don't, I don't know what to say. But, and also, in case y'all haven't heard, there are 5 people who are missing right now who went down in a submarine to view the wreckage of the Titanic. Um, I don't know a lot about the details and stuff of, you know, the company, who owns the company. You know, I know it's supposedly some billionaire uh, that's among the missing, that went down in this on this private tour to view the Titanic on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. And I could get into a really weird ass story about my oldest daughter. You are going to think I'm crazy, but I have always believed that my oldest daughter was possibly someone who died on the Titanic. She was very obsessed with the Titanic when she was young, and she was born on the day that the Titanic set sail 20 minutes after the Titanic set sail. So I've always had this weird belief that, could she be a reincarnated soul from someone who died on the Titanic? But, of course, I've seen the movie. I've watched numerous documentaries about the Titanic, and know a lot about it, know a lot about what happened and everything. But I don't particularly want to go 12,000 feet under the ocean to go view it. I'm claustrophobic, and no way could I go down in a little bitty tight submarine for 2 or 3 days on end searching for a grave, basically. The thought of it gives me a panic attack. I mean, it's horrible, but I personally leave that kind of stuff up to the scientists and stuff to go down there and view the wreckage, and they've brought a lot of artifacts and stuff back up from the ocean, but leave that stuff to the science people. To me, I don't think it's a tourist attraction. Sure, you can go to up to the Ozarks. They have a Titanic museum. My youngest daughter's been to it. But to go down and view that wreckage, to me, seems like digging up somebody's grave and viewing their body after 100 years. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. But so, even if I was offered a free trip to do it, I certainly wouldn't do it. But there are 5 people missing right now somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean in a submersible who went down to try and view the Titanic. Sad. I hope that they are found. I don't, it'll be a miracle if these people are found alive. If they're able to survive, depending on what happened and what went wrong. Are they stuck on the bottom? Are they stuck to the wreckage somehow? Did they even find the wreckage? Where in the hell are these people 12,000 feet below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean? That's just nuts to me. Ugh. No way. No way I could do something like that. But my heart goes out to these people and their friends and families, and I hope everything works out. But I don't know if any of y'all have watched my video here about MH370, but that's the plane that disappeared in 2014 that we've never found, and that's one of my baby cases. I want the disappearance of Malaysia 370 to be solved. That is at the top of my list of cases to be solved, is missing Malaysia 370. That's a case I am very, very passionate about. So I wanted to talk a little bit about online madness. There's a lot of online madness going on. We've got, shit going on here on YouTube in the true crime community. We've got, every day, our lives are online now. We are virtual. And, I'm from the old school, and where you go to the store and you buy something, you purchase it, you try it on, you look at it, you want to make sure it's the right color, the right size, and is it going to fit? Sizes and clothes runs different, and things like that. But we have to do so much online shopping now, and I'm just the type of person that, they say nobody likes a Karen, but I am the type of person that will go full blown Karen on you in a heartbeat and not be fucked up about it. Like, if I go to McDonald's and I order a cheeseburger with no onions and you give me a hamburger with onions, I'm going to show my ass. I'm going to take it back, and you're going to give me the correct sandwich that I ordered and I paid for. Same thing when I order something online. Well, recently I made a purchase from Walmart.com, and the package is late, and I finally get it in, and it's the wrong color. And this is what I hate about having to shop online is that you have to go through so much bullshit to return stuff. So I contact these people and I'm look, you sent me the wrong color. I would really like the right color that I ordered. Oh, well, we're worried about the shipping and the freight and can you keep it and just be happy with it? Can you sell it or can you blah 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 blah? And I'm like, no, I want what I ordered and what I paid for and what I already paid shipping for. You need to send me the right shit. Needless to say, after a bunch of him-hawing and back and forth and with these Chinese fucking idiots, I contacted Walmart.com and I said, look, I am pissed. You know, I ordered something. It's not that it's an expensive item or anything. The total was $17 and something. But I expect to get what I ordered, and these people will not make good on my order. And I either want what I ordered or I want my money back. And I also want to stop these companies that are, like third-party companies that sell stuff through Amazon and Walmart and stuff like that. If they've screwed me over, they've screwed somebody else over. And you can look at the reviews and see, some bad reviews. But, I just think that these people should be put out of business. I want what I fucking paid for. And if you're not going to give it to me, then give me my money back. Somebody's giving me my money back. So yeah, I am the type of person that you can there's just some things that you can push me and push me and push me to the brink on. And then there's some things that I will go off at the drop of a hat. And that's just how I am. And, I thought that I would talk about it because I know I can't be the only person out there in the world that, has had this experience and do you feel the same way? Do you expect to get what you paid for when you make a purchase for something? Like I said, I go to McDonald's, I order a cheeseburger. I want a fucking cheeseburger. I don't want a hamburger. I don't want chicken nuggets. I want a cheeseburger with no onions, preferably. So, speaking of online madness, it's not just online shopping. There's online bullying. And, we see every day, all the time, we hear about some of these cases, some of them we don't, but, there are kids taking their own lives because of online bullying. There are people taking their own lives because of online bullying. It seems like with social media, the First Amendment has been taken too far. Sure, we have the right to freedom of speech. But, you can't just go around saying anything and everything that you want to. And, we have here on YouTube in the true crime community, we have these hater channels, we have these clip channels that are obsessed with what other people are doing. And they make their entire channels about people that they don't like and whining and bitching about them and what they're doing in the true crime community. And this stuff gets taken to a real life place. This stuff gets, people are being doxxed, people are being uh, their addresses and their criminal records and all this kind of shit posted all over the internet for everybody to see, and just make up lies and stuff about people and just say and do whatever the hell they want to. And unfortunately, there have been a couple of friends of mine here in the online YouTube community that have had to go as far as to get lawyers involved, uh, because of online harassment and online bullying and online spewing lies. I just don't get what is wrong with these people. Like, okay, if you don't like something that someone else is doing, move on. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Does your life suck that damn bad that you got to bitch about good things that someone in this world is out here trying to do? Maybe you don't agree with their method or whatever, but so what? Do what you want to do and what fucking business is it of yours? You know, that's the thing that I got so angry about regarding the Kingsport trip is, if some people on the internet want to get together and meet up who have become friends virtually on the internet, if they want to meet up face to face in person and do something nice for a missing child, what business is it of yours? Like, either go with the flow or move the hell on, people. Damn. I really don't get it. I don't. And, but, and it makes me think about, there's people here on YouTube that I don't like. If you follow me for very long, you know that I fucking hate Benny Key's guts. Okay? Hate that dude's guts. I've said it, and I rarely talk about it. Bring it up every now and then just to remind people, that I can't stand that son of a bitch. But there's been someone else in the YouTube community that I didn't like for a while. And I actually wanted to talk to this person privately about this. Really? Excuse me. Ooh, I got to call him back. Hi, Buck. I'll call you back. But there was something that I wanted to bring up, and I wanted to talk to this person face to face about this. But it's not really a big deal, so I thought I would just bring it up and talk about it for a minute because of this online madness. For a while, there was a time that I did not like Dollyvision. The first time I ever called into Dollyvision's show, I kind of introduced myself, hey, I'm Amy, I'm the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast. I'm from Arkansas. Been in true crime for 30 years, blah, 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 blah. Just kind of introducing myself. And I happened to mention that I was a longtime advocate for the West Memphis Three. And needless to say that Dollyvision believes that the West Memphis Three, Damon, Jesse, and Jason, are guilty. I do not. And so this ends up into a conversation about the case, and he's trying to ask me, well, why do you think they're not guilty, and why, and ask me all these questions, and I'm trying to answer them, but he was interrupting me, and I just really couldn't even get in a word edgewise. So I thought, well, what an asshat. And so I unfollowed him and, just didn't listen to him anymore. But then I saw that he was in Georgia and he was working with Bullhorn Betty down at Quentin Simon's house and stuff. And I thought about it, and I said to myself, I said, Amy, you learned to stop arguing with people about the West Memphis 3 case a long time ago. The people that believe in all these satanic worship hype and that they're all guilty and everything, you learned to stop arguing with those people a long time ago. And, everyone has a right to their opinion. And I said, you know what, Dolly, I don't think is a bad guy. Give him another chance. And I did. And I started following him again. I started listening to him again, participating in his shows and things like that. And I think Dolly's a good guy. He's funny. He's down to earth. He's, just a regular person, just like the rest of us. But at the end of the day, he cares about these cases and he wants to see justice for these people. And at the end of the day, that's what I want. So, like I said, I had wanted to talk to Dolly about that personally, when we met up in Kingsport, but I unfortunately didn't get the chance to do that. So, but I thought this was a good time to bring it up because, if I can see the good in people and work together with someone, just because we don't all have the same opinions or agree on the same thing, at the end of the day, we're very passionate about true crime and we're very passionate about these victims and seeing that these people get justice. So, I don't understand why other people just can't move the fuck on and get over it and just stop with the slandering and trashing and doxing and all that kind of stuff, I fully support Bullhorn Betty in her in her lawsuit against Queen Bee. I stand behind her 100%. I don't blame her for what she's done because at some point you got to put a fucking stop to this shit. It's ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Whoever that old hag is, she needs to get on with her life. Quit talking about Betty. Quit talking about Dolly. Quit talking about Molly and Laura and everybody. There's things I don't agree on with Laura, but I listen to her. There's things that I've not agreed with on Molly. Love Molly to death. Think she's a great person. But goddamn, people, move on. I'm sorry to use the GD word, but move the fuck on. Get over yourself. Like, who you think you are that to sit every single day and talk shit about somebody and expect them not to do anything about it? And that's the thing, is YouTube won't do anything about it. And after so long of being harassed and talked about and lies made up about you, you get tired of it. And so the next step is to take somebody to court. It shouldn't even have to end up in court because YouTube should be upholding their own community standards and stopping this mess. I guarantee you, if I sat here, if my channel was I Love Donald Trump, let's talk about how great Donald Trump is, I would be shut down in a fucking heartbeat. But you let me sit around and make up lies about people I don't even know and never even met. And it's okay. It's funny that the First Amendment is so selective, in this day and age of political correctness. But I'm sorry, it's not politically correct to keep just talking shit about somebody every single day. If you don't like what people are out here doing in the world, don't worry about it. Why is it any of your damn business? That is my 2 cents worth. That is how I feel about it. And I just think that if we could all come to learn to respect each other and see each other in what we have to bring to the true crime community and work together as a team and be friends, you know, there's a lot of things that could get accomplished, you know. And I don't know what these haters think that they're accomplishing in the world of true crime, but to me, you're no better than what you say these other people are doing. If anything, you're worse because you're spreading hate off the back of these victims. That's all you're doing. So now that I got all that off my chest, I talked a little bit about my, you know, situation that, you know, for a while I didn't like Dollyvision because I, you know, didn't think he was a very nice person. But then, you know, I realized that, you know, maybe he wasn't such a bad guy after all. You know, the West Memphis 3 case, unfortunately, I'm very mama bearish about that case. I've been actively involved in that case for many, many years. I've pounded the pavement of the Arkansas State Capitol. I've been to Jonesboro on the back of a Harley in the heat and rain. And I have met all of these families involved in that case. I have hugged these people. I have talked with these people in person, on the phone. I have hugged these people. I have cried with these people. You know, it's just, I'm very, very passionate about that case. And so I tend to get, you know, I'm very protective of it. And I'm very protective of the 3 who were accused and their families. And I'm very protective of the 3 little boys and their families. You know, you won't ever hear me talk about the Moore family. The Moore family believes that Damien, Jason, and Jesse are guilty. And I respect that and I understand that. That's their murdered child. Little Michael was their murdered child. And you won't ever hear me talk about them. I respect them. And, you know, this was their story. But, you know, if I can look at things that way, then I think everybody else should be able to look at things that way. You know, that's just my opinion. So does anybody in the chat have anything they would like to talk about or bring up or mention? I don't know if Absafucking Nutley is still in my chat, or if any of you others are in my chat and got something on your mind, you want to get off your chest, you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. Bring it on. I'm just sitting out here in my bathing suit, soaking up the sun without a care in the world. But you know what? Sometimes you got to be a Karen in this world. Well, I guess that's about all for today. I am going to run down here to the little bait shop, and I think I'm going to get me a hamburger or a cheeseburger or I don't know, a patty melt. I don't know. I'll decide. But anyway, I want to thank you all for listening and stopping by. Please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, help me get into the algorithm and grow my little channel here. If you love discussing true crime cases, I discuss lots of different cases here on my channel. Like I said, I will be going over those affidavits that have been newly released in the Adam and Harmony Montgomery case. And decide from there. There are some channels that are reviewing it and going over it. There are some other news media outlets as well. I just I don't know if I want to sit and discuss all of these horrible and horrific details that happened to little Harmony or not. But anyway, everyone have a wonderful day. And please, when you go out in this world, it don't cost you a dime to just be nice. Smile at somebody. Say hello. How are you? It's not that hard. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. Be the change that you wish to see in this world. As Michael Jackson said, it starts with the man in the mirror. Peace out, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
What's happening, y'all? If you're looking for a sad true crime podcast, then get up off of that thing and boogie on over to the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast, where we give you the lowdown on all things true crime. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Catch you on the flip side.